Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing a little bit of a market video, a little bit of a broader look. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin, a little bit of silver, a little bit of Intel of all things, and basically have a little look what I think crypto is going to do in the next couple days, maybe weeks, and a bit of a broader market analysis considering the very volatile times we're in right now. So let's have a look. All right, guys, so here we are at CoinMarketCap. Obviously, the fear and greed index is quite low because of well, I'll say the mini crash we had yesterday. It wasn't really a crash, but we did get a big correction, especially on Bitcoin. I managed to buy some Bitcoin around 88, 89K. So I've said it before, buying Bitcoin around in the 80s, I think is a good price for Bitcoin. Right now, it's on 90. It was up a little bit. It's been fluctuating very much today. Trading volume is relatively high as well. So it is a weird time to live in. Like this whole Greenland thing, and obviously we had Venezuela. Pretty much every single day these days we have some major market moving news, and not all of it is good. Honestly, I think the whole Greenland situation does highlight an inherent problem both the EU and America has. I won't get into the details of that, but I do think it will cause more friction in the future. And I think a lot of people agree with me on that, because we can see that the dollar is weakening a little bit. We can see that stocks generally were weakening a little bit. That's why we're seeing metals go so high as well. There's more reasons, but that's also why gold is going absolutely sky high lately, because we don't want the volatility of crypto. We don't want the uncertainty of crypto, but crypto is still being rug pulled left and right. There's still huge manipulators in the market draining liquidity, and like retail investors, a lot of retail investors aren't up for that. So where do they flee to? They flee to metals. When the trust in currency falls, everyone flees to stuff like gold and silver. I do think Bitcoin and Ethereum will be sort of like digital gold, digital silver. But I do think Trump and basically Binance market movers have proven the last couple of months that they're still very much in control of the Bitcoin price, of a lot of the altcoins as well. With the billions of dollars being drained so easily out of the crypto market each and every single time, it's just too volatile. It's too volatile right now to make it a 100% secured asset where regular people are willing to shift their stock portfolios fully onto Bitcoin. I will say, though, buying these panic times when Bitcoin goes lower, when we have big dips on Bitcoin, I do think that will pay out in the end, but it's going to take a long time. Like, honestly, I still think you need to be prepared to buy crypto and just hold it for like at least 10 years, because that is how long at least it will take to fully change economic climates, because these things don't move that fast. And like I said, I think it will be good, but now in the short term, honestly, I've bought physical gold and silver today, and I've been buying ETFs and stocks related to that as well to diversify, because I was quite a bit overexposed in fully crypto, in all honesty. So I have been shifting. I do think Bitcoin right now isn't as attractive because the global situation is very volatile. When that stabilizes, when everyone's happy, everyone's investing, we're having a little bit of an economic boom, that's when I think crypto will flourish as well. And I do think today Trump announced he wouldn't take Greenland with violence, with a military. I'm not 100% sure how much we can trust that statement, but he did say it, and that immediately reversed the earlier red we had. So today has become quite a bit of a green day. So stocks like Intel, so let's grab Intel really quickly, and stocks like Intel on the daily are up quite a bit. So they're having a nice little run, over 5% today, which I think is very good. Indicator is indicating a sell, but that's because it has a high spike, and when something spikes, it's likely to go back down as well. I do think we might have a little bit more room in here for Intel. Similarly, let's refresh that really quickly. We had a bit of a downturn on silver, which did hit that upper line, and obviously it hit it here as well, but it did have that big sell-off, and here it's instigating it as well. And now when it broke that line, we started seeing a bit of a drop-off, and it's not completely there yet. I did buy basically this little dip here today, but I bought it in physical silver. I bought it on the platform, and I can have it delivered to my house if I want. But if not, now it's stored in Zurich, which I'm probably going to leave it in. But I did buy some physical silver, but that is a long-term investment, so I'm willing to hold that for the next 10, 20, maybe 30 years. Who knows? Basically with a curve like this, I'm completely fine holding that. And if we do correct, if we do go down like 50%, I'll just buy a little bit more. That'll honestly be the best thing for me that could happen for me. That's a good thing anytime you start out on an asset, really. But onwards to Bitcoin. Let's just hide my drawings a little bit. So Bitcoin, I still think, like the indicator indicated, it was a buying range. Like I said, anytime we were able to buy Bitcoin in the 80 range, 85 was the last time we hit 85. I bought on 85, and basically I bought a little bit more on 88 something. So somewhere around this price level I bought. So pretty much the current price is exactly where I bought Bitcoin at, more Bitcoin at. And I do think Bitcoin is going to be a bit of a store of value wise. But like I said, it's in a lesser amount than I bought metals now. But it's also because I'm shifting a little bit. So I still think it's a good price to buy Bitcoin. I do think it's going to take a longer time before we see a return on that. And someone asked me this a couple days ago, or was saying like, hey, I want to shift my portfolio like 70% to 30%, 70% crypto, 30% stocks. And like I said, it's not my position to give anyone advice, but what I came to the realization of a couple of years back was when basically my stock portfolio did 20 to 25% consistently every year. So 25% and then another 25% on top of that, on top of that, on top of that. While crypto did really well the first year, then had 2 absolutely crap years where it made losses and didn't really do anything. And then it had a decent year. Had I just put everything in the stock market at that time and just taken those consistent compounding profits, I would have made so much more money than I just on crypto. So we're all focused on crypto for the massive gains, the massive profit percentages, but it's not the only way. Compounding interest is not to be underestimated. It is a very powerful tool, because you can be 2 years in the red and then 100% have 100% gain or a 200% gain, but having those consistent years on the rest of your assets, or if you proportionalize differently, can lead to just as good, if not bigger, returns. I will say to each his own. Like I said, I cannot legitimately give any advice on that, but that is how I look at it, and that is why I shifted. I shifted before when I was fully into crypto. I moved a lot back into stocks, and now I am adding quite a sizable amount of metals to that, and have been doing that lately, and I will continue to do that for a while, because I do think the consistent growth, relatively consistent growth on metal, even though it is more volatile, I still think that will be a good offset to basically have a third avenue of interest on my portfolios. By the way, guys, if you like the indicator I use, this is Crusader Signals. I have a link to it in the description down below. I'll post it in the comments as well. If you click that link, you see a video of me explaining it more in depth. Also, if you're like a day trader or a short-term trader, or you trade 15 minutes or an hourly chart, this indicator will help you a lot. It will make you a lot more precise, and it does a lot of the technical analysis for you. So if you're interested in that, feel free to click on that link and check that out. Also, if you like, I have a completely free Discord group. It's in my bio. It's in the description. If you click my channel, it's right there as well. So feel free to check that out. It is free. If you don't like it, you can always leave. Take the win if you can, and yeah, just be sure to check that out if you'd like. Other than that, there was a little bit of news today. Bitcoin pulling bears, pulling the reins. There's a little bit, there's still quite a bit of positive news, but I'd say positive rumors. There's a rumor going around that in the next few days, Donald Trump is going to pass some major crypto law and then retail is going to move in. But that's the same story we've been hearing for years. And I 100% do not believe that we will see $400 trillion being pumped into the crypto market overnight. Because what will happen when that happens, every single retail investor will sell every crypto they have and take massive profits. So if the US Treasury or a company or a hedge fund decides to move that amount of money on the open market into crypto, everyone will take profits and that company will be in the red for a very long time. These companies are smarter than us. They use algorithms to trade. They're going to move in as slowly as they can, buying dips, using market manipulation. They can legally manipulate these markets because it's a lot less regulated than normal stock markets. Donald Trump knows this. US companies, everyone knows this. So they're going to do that. They're going to slowly move in while extracting the most amount of money from us. So that's why I'm not on big on. I don't panic sell. I just buy and hold what I want, what I want to keep long term, and that's all I can say is that it works for me. But I think that will be the key to beating them, and just having the time to wait it out. That's why I say we need that 10 years, possibly longer. We need the time to have that consistent growth while they manipulate. Eventually, they'll end up manipulating each other as hedge funds, and that's when we'll see bigger movements come in. It will be in smaller increments of price the higher the market cap goes. Because the higher the market cap goes, the bigger the puddle of water, and the less the puddle moves if you drop water into it. I think that's a good analogy. All right, I'm going to close out the video for this. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. I think it'll be a very volatile over the next couple days, weeks. And especially with the whole Greenland situation. I've been saying it for weeks that eventually Donald Trump was going to cause some panic move like this, and it did, but he did also correct it because he backtracked a little bit. So honestly, I'm not secure. I don't feel safe yet. I don't feel like this is solved. I don't think it will be solved in the next couple of days. I think we will see some very weird statements and stuff coming out. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you want to do me a favor, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video, guys. Peace.